Talk about bringing down the house. It happened just this week, a crook trying to rob the casino at the famous Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. No high-tech scheme, just your old-fashioned pepper spray in the face of a blackjack dealer. The thief almost got away with over $100,000 in chips before an equally old-fashioned tackle to the ground. It is the exact opposite of what you are about to see. An organized gang, some clever sleight of hand, and enough greed to add up to the biggest casino scam in U.S. history. If there's one sure thing in a casino, it's that the eye in the sky is always watching. But here's something it rarely sees: a gambler actually winning big time. This guy in the black t-shirt with a pocket full of cash is on a roll, walking off with more than $20,000. But what you've just seen isn't a mere run of good luck. It's a multi-million-dollar scam, the biggest ever, caught on tape.
Without question, this was one of the largest casino frauds in the history of the United States.
The people at this table are playing blackjack, America's favorite casino game. They're also all working together. This is the guy we saw actually playing, but he's not calling the shots. The main man is standing here smoking. Every puff is a signal on how to play.
Take a puff with one finger on it says to make a bet. Take a puff with two fingers on the cigarette, that means to double down.
But the key is that the guy smoking knows which cards are coming. How? Because the dealer is in on it too, using a sleight of hand called a false shuffle.
You can't do this without a dealer that's on the take with you.
FBI agent Peter Casey shows us how the false shuffle works. The dealer appears to mix the cards, right? But see this stack here? These cards don't get mixed. The dealer protects a stack of cards in a certain order that the guy smoking has been tracking, so he knows exactly when and how to bet.
It's a very simple concept, but in order to execute it, that took brains.
It was the simplicity that led to the success of this group, known as the Tran Gang. Their leader, Pai Gow John. His job? Recruit more dirty dealers. Here he is making his pitch on hidden camera.
I can make you, really good money,
okay.
Extra money for you to take care of your problem, okay?
What kind of numbers did they start to generate?
They were pulling out $20,000 a round of cheating.
Over the course of a month, they stole more than $150,000 from a casino outside Sacramento. By the time the casino caught on, the gang had vanished into thin air.
Casinos are notorious for catching cheaters. How come none of that happened here?
A lot of the casinos didn't realize what was happening to them in real time. They figured it out later on, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later after they had left.
The Tran Gang spread like a virus through casinos all over the country, up the West Coast, into Canada, and down through the Midwest, refining the scam and upping their take as they went. By the time they reached Foxwoods Casino in Connecticut in 2005, the group had grown to over 40 members and averaged 50 grand every 10 minutes at the table.
What did that mean for them?
They felt they knew exactly what they were doing. They could never get caught.
We never get caught, man.
Okay.
The scores started going through the roof, peaking at an incredible $868,000 at Resorts East in Chicago. With all that cash, Pai Gow John started living large. A yellow Porsche, diamond jewelry, but what would wind up costing him the most was his mouth.
Girls chase me like crazy, this guy so cool, man. Look at his life, man.
But for all the slickness and expertise, the Tran Gang, specifically its leader, would fall prey to a classic bad guy blunder: greed. John began shortchanging his dealers. Embittered, they happily became informants for the FBI. Eventually, John and his top lieutenants were identified and put under surveillance.
We got their travel records, their playing habits, all the currency transaction reports.
Better yet, agents went undercover to record that video of Pai Gow John, showing his hand as he recruits dealers.
That was one of the best undercover videos I've ever seen.
Light up his cigarettes and that's it. Game over. It's that easy for me,
Okay.
I can smoke my cigarette like this. then you already know what to bet.
A tip came in that the gang was headed here, the Sycuan Casino outside San Diego, where the scam began. But this time, the FBI and casino were ready. When you come into a casino, there's so many tables and people and things going on, you figure it'd be easy to blend in. And that's exactly what the Tran gang thought when they came back here to the Sycuan Casino. But little did they know how many eyes were on them. With cameras rolling, the casino captured every move. Who was playing, smoking, and dealing. Then the feds finally moved in.
As probably the largest cheating scheme ever brought by the federal government.
Pai Gao John's house of cards collapsed. He and 46 of his confederates were indicted for racketeering, theft, and money laundering.
They hit close to 19 casinos. They took in what we could prove, around $7 million.
But Casey says Pai Gao John forgot the first rule of gambling. In the end, the house always wins.
As sophisticated as they were, they fell prey to something they couldn't control, which is just greed, right?
Exactly. Exactly.